The Truth Scriptures. Piyliypiyniym, sign name. Philippians chapter 3. So then, my brothers and sisters, rejoice in the Master. There is no problem for me to repeat some of the things which I write to you because it will help keep you on track. Let's be reminded of what we had just heard in chapter 2. And even what he says here in the first verse. Rejoice in the Master. There is one and only one Master. Aluah. And Aluah is one. It says in chapter 2, he said, adopt the attitude of Yahuwah, Mashiach. So even though he came in the human form of Aluah, he did not consider that being equal to Aluah was something to exploit. He submitted himself by taking on the form of a servant. He became a human being like us, and being found on earth as a man. He humbled himself and became obedient, even dying a death on a stake. Therefore, Aluah highly exalted him and gave to him the name which is above every name, that at the name of Yahuwah Mashiach every knee shall bow in heaven and on earth and under the earth, and every tongue shall confess that Yahuwah Mashiach is the Master, to the esteem of Aluah the Father. Hallelujah. Chapter 3, verse 2. Watch out for those who do evil, who are like dogs, who demand that you do different types of mutilation to your bodies. We are the ones who are truly circumcised. We worship through the spirit of Aluah, and our esteem is in Yahuwah Mashiach. We do not put any confidence in our flesh. Yet, if anyone ever had a reason to put confidence in their flesh, it would be me. If anyone could be saved by their flesh, it would seem that I certainly could. I was circumcised 8 days after my birth. I am from the people of Yisrael, from the tribe of Piyliypiyniym. I am an Abari of the Abarim. With respect to the law, I was a Pharisee. With respect to the devotion for the faith I had, I persecuted the assembly of the believers of Yahuwah Mashiach. With respect to the righteousness under the law, I would be blameless. However, whatever things that were considered assets to me then, I now count as loss for the sake of Mashiach. Yes, everything else I had is worthless when compared to the eternal gain of knowing Yahuwah Mashiach as my Master. I have put everything else aside, counting it worth nothing, so that I can have Mashiach. Once I found him, I no longer claim to have a righteousness of my own that comes from the law, but one that comes through faith in the Mashiach. It is the righteousness of Aluah that is based on faith. I want to know him and the power of his resurrection. I want to share in his sufferings by becoming like him in his death. My hope is in the resurrection of the dead. It is not as if I have already reached this goal or have already become perfect, but I keep pursuing perfection with the faith that I will embrace it, just as I have been embraced by Yahuwah Mashiach. Brothers and sisters, I do not consider that I have reached perfection yet. But this is one thing I do know, I am forgetting the things which are behind me. I am reaching for the things that are in front of me. I press forward toward the prize of the high calling of Aluah through Yahuwah Mashiach. So, all of us who are spiritually mature should think this way. If anyone thinks differently, Aluah will make it clear to them. Therefore, let us continue to follow the truth that we already have. Brothers and sisters, all you should follow my example and copy those of us who live the way we showed you. I often warned you that many people live like enemies of the stake of Mashiach. I have told you about them, and at times it makes me want to cry. In the end, they will be destroyed because they do whatever their bodies want to do. They are proud of their shameful ways, and they only think about earthly things. However, our citizenship is in heaven. We are waiting for the return of our Mashiach, the Master, Yahuwah Mashiach. By his power to rule all things, he will change our earthly bodies and make them like his own esteemed heavenly body. Hallelujah. The truth scriptures, the pure word of Aluah. Hallelujah.